good one. Those kids were really good.
Okay.
This is the sound of the West Side Market since its start in 1912.
Hey, to get it out of Hopper, get it out of here, to get it out now.
This iconic landmark is home to more than 70 family-owned businesses and 250 employees. Serving more than 800,000 guests per year, it's all about the history, tradition, family, and of course, the food. Because of its age, the market has faced some challenges and needed some change. Just 4 days after taking office in January of 2022, Mayor Justin Bibb made it a priority to restore this Cleveland gem. He campaigned to make this change.
It's time for bold, new leadership and direct action to save the market.
After many challenges and hard work,
About 4 years ago, when I was then a candidate for mayor, I toured the West Side Market with Don Whitaker. And he showed me the very old freezer.
the plan for the nonprofit began in July of 2022 with the Cleveland Public Market Corporation. And in 2024, CPMC officially took over the management.
You know, when I was running for mayor in 2021, I didn't realize how controversial the idea of having the city transfer ownership to a nonprofit would be. Because to me, it just made common sense to have experts running this important asset, with the city being a key partner in this project.
The West Side Market will continue to cook up good food and smiles. Hello, and welcome to a special edition of TV20. I'm Kiera Cotton. Today, we're stepping into the heart of Ohio City to explore a true Cleveland landmark, the West Side Market. For over 100 years, this vibrant institution has connected cultures, families, and communities here in Cleveland and beyond. From sizzling sausages to sweet pastries, from longtime vendors to new faces. This is where Northeast Ohio's tastiest flavors come to life. We have a great show in store for you today, and to get us started, Fatima Harris shares more about this iconic place where tradition, culture, and community meet all under one roof.
As a historic institution, the West Side Market is more than just a building. It's a symbol of Cleveland's past, present, and future. Behind these walls are the stories of generation after generation who had their own special memories of the West Side Market. These walls have heard a century's worth of laughter, bargaining, greetings, and goodbyes. Opened in 1912, the market has served as a gathering place for more than a century, a home for the American dream and a living link to Cleveland's past. Step inside and you'll find more than vendors and shoppers. You'll find generations of stories, traditions, and memories, all under one iconic roof.
I've been working on West Side Market in some capacity for the past 3 years, and one of the things I've liked the most about that is getting to learn about how interconnected the vendors are with one another. This is a place that's, been around for 113 years, and a lot of the vendors are multi-generational, so their parents started the business or their grandparents started the business. And when you have a place that's so multi-generational like that, all of the stories start to sort of weave together. Some of my favorites are Mark and Minnie, who own Jim's Meats. They met here when they were teenagers, kind of stayed friends, had their own separate lives, reconnected later in life, got married, had a family, and started, took over this business together.
And there are even more stories, just like the one Jessica shared. Let's meet former West Side Market beat policeman and co-owner of the West Side Market Cafe, Jimmy Trainer.
Well, I was a policeman for 38 years, but the last 18 years on the police department, I was assigned the market beat.
Jimmy's wife, Regina Trainer, also shares deep roots here. She's the proud owner of the Peanut Gallery, a beloved stand that she's been running for decades.
It supported me. Yeah. And then getting a business, so I knew I wasn't going to leave the place, so I might as well get a stand and be my own boss.
Jimmy met his wife when he was a beat policeman. Now both still work at the West Side Market.
This is like a family down here. You get to know everybody, you get involved. We do a lot of stuff together as a groups down here. Matter of fact, we use the restaurant a lot of times for parties and when we have our Christmas parties and stuff like that.
The cafe itself is a time capsule filled with memories and photos that tell a larger story of the market and its families.
And here's a picture of this is right before the market opened, right after it was completed, before anybody moved in. And this is the old market. Pearl Street Market that used to sit across the street in the park.
The Westside Market has always been about more than just food. It's about people. And as long as those people keep showing up, the stories and the legacy will live on. Vendors, neighbors, and Clevelanders are looking forward to how the Westside Market Corporation honors its legacy while embracing its future. Reporting from Cleveland's Westside Market, I am Fatima Harris.
Thank you, Fatima. Coming up next, from the east side to the west side, we are following your dollars, where your money goes and its impact on our economy. After the break.
Hi, my name is Alex Cohen, and I'm a community-based navigator for United Way of Greater Cleveland 211. United Way 211 is a service for everyone. If you have a need and you are not sure where to turn, please come visit us at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank's Community Resource Center or call 211 so we can work to connect you with the community resources you are seeking. United Way 211 is a free and confidential helpline that connects more than 150,000 community members to local experts each year, helping them secure food, housing, and utility assistance, reduce their prescription costs, support veterans assistance, and so much more. At United Way 211, we are committed to serving communities we call home. Whether the engagement with 211 starts with a phone call, chat, or an in-person visit, we'll help you assess your situation, provide information, and help you navigate whatever problems you're facing. Please reach out to us. We're here to help.
Hi, my name is Kenya with CHN Housing Partners, and we are proud to be providing utility assistance here at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank Community Resource Center. These services provide eligible applicants with assistance on their gas and electric bills through programs like HEAP and PIP. When neighbors visit the Greater Cleveland Food Bank Community Resource Center, I can assist them with filling out their application, answering any questions they have about the program, and determining their eligibility. For more information about CHN's utility assistance programs, please visit chnhousingpartners.org/utility assistance or call our utility assistance hotline at 216-600-8108. Thank you.
Welcome back. Hundreds of purchases are made here at the Westside Market every day, but where does that money go? And how does it contribute to our local economy? Megan Gallagher has the details.
Every purchase at the Westside Market is like a chain reaction.
Oh, those are good. Yep.
It goes on to feed the vendors' families.
Different peppers, different things.
It supports the farmers growing crops miles away. And it literally keeps the lights on at our local restaurants. Though the market is located in Ohio City, you can find traces of its impact here on East 4th Street at Cordelia with Chef Vinny Cimino.
You know, it's the center of our food culture in Cleveland. It's been around forever. It's been a staple in our industry.
Chef Cimino says for a staple to be at its best, it has to grow.
You know, to be able to support the vendors that are inside of it, to be able to put more food and more beverage in there so people can extend their stay in there and then continue to support people inside of it, I think it's important.
Home to 65 small businesses and more than 250 jobs, the market has supported Cleveland's economy since its early years. As the 20th century emerged, it became a staple for Cleveland's growing immigrant community. Today, nearly a quarter of the market's sales are attributed to tourists.
Miss D's Wellness Goods. Tastes good.
The market's financial contributions also come from the businesses inside and outside market walls. Lisa Davis owns Miss D's Wellness Goods, selling sea moss in the new Central Kitchen incubator space. As part of the management transition, the market welcomed 6 small businesses to share the space and grow with help from Central Kitchen advisors.
Just being in a historical building like the market is just awesome, as well as so many people. It's millions of people come through the market. I mean, so if you have something that to offer the people and you willing to do your sales, then you'll do very well here.
It's not just the public that buys from market vendors. At Cordelia, a typical shopping list usually includes arrangements from Greenleaf Florals and fresh seafood at Kate's Fish.
The reason why we use Kate's is because they make their relationships with those oyster farms to bring in the best oysters that they can. So we immediately go here, check and see what we have. Right now in the restaurant, we're bringing both the red gems and the Glidden Points in.
And that supportive local knowledge is a building block for economic success.
It's not just about I have a product and you buy my product and then you leave. You have conversations. I know you. Some people even know their kids and grandkids.
So we have our board of all of our farmers that we use every single day because we want you to come in and understand who we use. But at the same time, I want you to go and find them out in the world.
The market also shares the wealth by breaking down food insecurity. Today, nearly half the market vendors accept SNAP benefits. A study by Baldwin and Wallace students found a quarter of those businesses report SNAP sales contributing to at least 20% of their gross monthly income. $169.50. So at the Westside Market, a purchase is never just a purchase. It's part of what makes Cleveland feel like home.
The market, is the proverbial home for so many folks. To be able to go through there, walk around, grab what you need for dinner for that night to go home and cook for your family. I mean, I think that's something, nothing short of just amazing.
Thanks so much, Megan. We, along with Chef Cimino, are looking forward to experiencing the new era of the Westside Market. Next up, we're diving deeper into the Westside Market. Jorge Ramos Pantoja unfolds why every shop, stand, and startup plays a powerful part in this vibrant neighborhood.
To trace the evolution of Ohio City, Sam McNulty is a good place to start. In the last 20 years, he and his business partner, Mark Premer, have opened 7 establishments along West 25th, bringing the strip back to life. And at the Westside Market,
could I do a McNulty with extra ginger?
McNulty even has his own smoothie. It's a part of Cleveland he's frequented since he was a kid.
So I grew up in a big family of 7 kids, and we would come to the market and do all of our shopping every weekend.
So after graduating from Cleveland State with a degree in urban planning, he felt a calling to make Ohio City what it is today, even when others didn't.
I'll put it this way, when I called my mom back in 2003 when we first signed the deal for what would become Beer Market, she literally cried because she thought I was going to get murdered. But no, it was a very different neighborhood. Most of the street was boarded up, graffiti everywhere. There was no activity in the neighborhood. The only shining light was the Westside Market, really.
McNulty opened his Beer Market, now Brightside, in 2005, and Market Garden Brewery in 2011, sitting atop his newest concept, Canopy, a rooftop bar above Market Garden. He says without question, the market guided him to create his first concepts.
The Westside Market over these 100+ years has been this beacon of hope that the whole neighborhood kind of orbits around. So they're the reason we're here, and actually, coincidentally, they're also the reason we gave Market Garden Brewery its name. So we're next to the Westside Market, and we have a giant beer garden that basically faces the Westside Market as kind of an homage to the Westside Market.
Ohio City is continuing to evolve, with more establishments from West 25th to West 65th, and more investment in green space and overall infrastructure. These trends are something McNulty uses to guide his visions and business plans.
Welcome to Ohio City's newest bar. We are here at the Irishtown Bend Tap Room, located just underneath the giant rooftop beer sign. So you guys are the first to see it. Cheers. And for those of you that don't know, about 1,000 feet north of us here is going to be Cleveland's newest metro park called Irishtown Bend. And not many people think of Ohio City as a waterfront neighborhood, but it is, and the park is going to connect the neighborhood to the Cuyahoga River.
The newest addition to the neighborhood, Irishtown Bend Park, will debut in the next few years with sprawling green space, an amphitheater, and sweeping views of both downtown and Ohio City. The current work to shore up the land should be complete by late fall, allowing for a walking and biking path to be built that will connect right up to McNulty's Tap Room and Market, ushering in a new era for Ohio City.
Very excited for where Ohio City has come, and super excited to see where it's going, because Ohio City's, like everybody says, it's been this renaissance for the last 20 years, but I'm convinced the best is yet to come in Ohio City.
Thanks, Jorge. McNulty also says he is excited for the introduction of prepared foods and potentially his own beer to eventually be served at the market after construction ends. Now, coming up next, the big reveal. Upgrades coming to the Westside Market. How soon we'll be able to enjoy the new amenities. All that and more after the break.
Today's vote, in my eyes, is not a very difficult one.
The Greater Cleveland Food Bank exists to ensure that our neighbors has access to the nutritious foods that they need every day. In addition to the distribution efforts in our 6-county footprint, we have a call center where you can give us a call to locate where you can access food. That number is 216-738-2067. A friendly associate is available Monday through Fridays, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. to answer your call. We've also opened up a new community resource center as we want to address hunger and poverty through collaboration. In addition to access to food, you will also have the opportunity to receive services from 15 other nonprofit organizations and more. We're available some evenings and weekends. You can find that information on our website by visiting www.greaterclevelandfoodbank.org, and we ask that you follow us on our social media platforms. If you're not in need of food assistance but want to give back and volunteer, we'd love to have you at our partner distribution hub on Coit or our Community Resource Center on South Waterloo. We look forward to serving you.
Hi, my name is Brenda, and I'm the Community Engagement Associate at Towards Employment. We service neighbors here in the Community Resource Center by getting them connected to workforce development opportunities and jobs. We service neighbors all across Cleveland that are 18 years of age or older, live within Cuyahoga County, and are looking for connection. We can help with job opportunities, connection to other resources, and general career pathway development. You can get in contact with me at 216-696-5750 or via the internet at towardsemployment.org.
Welcome back. I'm Kiara Cotton, and as you may have heard, Cleveland's Westside Market is entering a new era of investments and renovations. Randy Buffington unveils what's coming next and how soon you'll be able to enjoy the new amenities.
For over a century, Cleveland's Westside Market has been a staple of the city. A melting pot where cultures collide and history lives on. Now, it's getting a major upgrade, a $50 million renovation. Its goal is to bring it into the future without losing what makes it home.
Did you want them wrapped together or separate?
You can wrap them together.
Vendors like Don Whitaker have spent decades behind these counters. He's seen the market change, but nothing quite like this.
Our board was advocating with the city, just to get a door fixed was hard. And now we got 50 million plus. This is very exciting right now.
Whitaker's been here for more than 40 years, long enough to remember when progress moved slow. But this time around, vendors like him had a seat at the table.
There has been a lot of community engagement, mostly through the master plan project. And our engagement has really been focused on the vendors and talking to the vendors and understanding what they need.
Vendors are getting upgraded storage and refrigeration. Shoppers, they'll soon have prepared food with plenty of places to sit, eat, and drink. There'll even be a training kitchen for kids and adults to use.
People always want to stay, so we're making sure that people can stay, and we're putting in a new courtyard in between the market hall and the arcades so that you can come and sit with your friends, sit with your family, and enjoy the food that you get here.
First of all, no other market in the nation has the architecture and beauty that this building has. So right out of the gate, we have that going for us. Once we add those elements into this building, this really should be the best public market in the United States.
It's a shift longtime shoppers are ready for.
We'll be eating in the courtyard. That sounds really good because I love having my dessert and coffee down here.
With the past in its bones and a future under construction, Cleveland's Westside Market isn't just holding on, it's leveling up. For TV20, I'm Randy Buffington.
Thanks so much, Randy. It's been a little over a year since the Westside Market transitioned to a nonprofit model. And joining me today to talk about that process as well as what's next for the Westside Market is Rosemary Moudry, the market's executive director. Rosemary, come on in here and join me. How are you today?
Good to see you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. I know this transition has been a long time coming, but talk to me a little bit about how you've been able to communicate with the average Clevelander about the value of this shift in management.
Yeah, so I think that's an excellent question. You know, we think we spent the first year really thinking about, one, how to better serve the merchants, and then from the customer perspective, trying to do little things like last summer, putting up a pop-up patio and things like that, that could show that we could pivot quickly, we could respond to things that customers were interested in and have that ability to work through things in a quick way.
The Westside Market is a staple here in Northeast Ohio. We all know that it's a Cleveland landmark, and Cleveland is doing the work to become a national destination. But how do we maintain the fact that the Westside Market is a gem for locals while also trying to attract that national attention?
So the model we've come up with is really, how do we preserve, just like you said, how do we preserve that fresh food? So, you know, the produce arcade, the fresh meats, all of the things, the breads, the pastry, all the things that people really love about the market that allows locals to do their grocery shopping, folks to access cheap and affordable produce, but also, you know, be able to attract folks who want to come down to the market a few times a year, folks who might not be grocery shopping to spend more time here. And so really we thought about the vacant and underutilized spaces and how can we program those spaces and how can we just do day-to-day programming that we can add in over time that will make the market an experience. Because what we know is across the country, markets that are thriving provide that fresh food, but they also provide that experience, that connection that people crave.
We want people to get into the mix and do more than just shopping. Obviously, we can see the renovations have already started happening here behind us. What are some of the renovations that you are most looking forward to and that people should be excited about?
So I think one of the first pieces of the project that is also one of the most exciting is the renovation of the produce arcade. And I think, you know, for folks who have been in the produce arcade, they know that these folks work the hardest of anyone. They get up early, they stay late. The arcades are really hot in the summer, really cold in the winter. And so that renovation is gonna not only improve the vendor experience, but the customer experience. So you're gonna walk in and you're gonna be comfortable, you're gonna wanna linger, you're gonna wanna look at things. And also merchants are gonna be able to have refrigeration and other things that really increase their product quality. So I'm really excited about that. And it's something that's, you know, very public that's happening first, whereas a lot of the renovations will take place behind the scenes. So it's really exciting that we're kind of leading with something that's gonna support both the merchants and customer experience.
What is the timeline for all this? When can people get in on the action to enjoy the produce arcade and enjoy that new programming that you're talking about?
So folks in the produce arcade have already started moving around a little, and then mid-May is when construction begins in earnest. Right now they're just doing a little prep work, but mid-May the East Arcade will fully get shut down and go under construction, and the merchants who love the most are all still here. The market's still fully open. So that piece of the arcade renovation will happen this year, and by the end of the year we'll wrap that up. The produce arcade will reopen in its new renovated form, and then we'll move for the next couple years down into the basement, doing a lot of the behind the scenes infrastructure, coolers, all of that kind of work.
So while those renovations are going on and we wait to actively enjoy your hard work, talk to me a little bit about some of the programming that's going to be happening. I know food festivals are all the rage, like you mentioned, those markets across the country that are doing well in other places, they have that programming piece to support them. What's coming to the Westside Market?
Yeah, so that's part of what I think we wanted to show was that we didn't have to wait for these big master plan and constructions to come across. So over the last year, we've started doing monthly pop-ups where we really work with Cleveland-based businesses that reflect the diversity of Cleveland and integrate them into vacant and underutilized spaces in the building. So folks who enjoyed those in 2024 can expect those are going to start up this summer, actually in May, and they'll continue through the summer and fall. People can also enjoy, we're going to have an info booth. So, I think that's something people come down to the market for the first time. It can be a little bit intimidating. So we'll have an info booth where there's merch folks can buy, but also we can answer all your questions. If during construction something looks a little different, we can help you find your favorite merchant. So we'll kind of be programming that all of the time and just be that welcoming ambassador with a smiling face.
In your opinion, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what do you hope the story that the West Side Market is telling is?
I think for me, the West Side Market is, really the best market in America because we have hung on to the most beautiful building. It's preserved. We have all of that fresh food that is what provides the daily meals to Clevelanders. And we're welcoming people and providing those experiences. I think in a world where it's harder and harder for people to find community and connection, food and markets are a place that are more important than ever. And so in 5 years, I'm just so excited to be able to see people sitting, eating, meeting up with each other, buying their groceries, but also, staying for a late night drink and really using the market as a place to connect and build community.
Rosemary, anything that you want the Clevelanders at home to know that I didn't ask you about the West Side Market and what's next for everything that's happening here? You guys got a lot going on.
I think I would just tell people, construction is, going to bring change, and our merchants are working really hard and being so cooperative and patient. And so I hope customers will reward them by showing their love and coming down here more often than ever. And I think just, beyond the market, small businesses need our support more than ever in general. And so this is a place that's home to 60 plus small businesses. So what better way to ensure you're supporting local by coming down here?
Absolutely. Rosemary, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
My pleasure. Thanks.
Again, guys, Rosemary Moudry, the Executive Director of the West Side Market. We want to thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.